So in the door panel right here, we have two screws which are right there, right in here. There's a panel which is right over here that covers it. A little bit tricky to take it off, but you just put the screwdriver in there and you pop it out. So this pops right off. In the handle right here, there's also a panel there. Two screws are in here. And to the side, which is right over here, there is also a little panel right here you come off that comes off slightly, just kind of flips open like a hatch door. A Phillips screw head would go in there, and right under here, which is right down below, right here, there's also one down here with a screw that belongs right in there. The door handle, right in the handle right there, one screw that's right down there. It's a Phillips. So, used some tire irons, and I was able to take this piece right off. I just used some bicycle tire irons made of plastic, so they're going to be useful to take the remainder of this door panel completely off. Okay, so we've pried that door open, and I had to come in from that wind. That wind was pretty atrocious. So this is what the door looks like. I brought it inside just so I could just have a clean area to work and to further make this better. Now, one thing that I did skip was these clips right here. They just come right undone. That's where the door handle is, where the lock is, so you can fully remove the door. And the other is, it's a plug, which is right there. And that plug, you just push, it's almost like a little pin there. You push that in and you're able to unlock this, and that's how the whole door will come off. Now inside, you can see there's a number of screws here that I took off. Starting up here, there's 3 up here. That's where the door handle is, so that came off. And then you could see, I think there's, I don't know, over 15 of them. So you could see where those little screws were. A lot easier when you take the door off. But these are all the screws that I was able to take off. Next step is actually to pry these open and actually take the part that I need out. Okay, next thing you do is you flip the door over and you get the handle and you take it off, and it comes off in steps. First this, then this. So give it a good tug, and it came right off. Set that aside, and at the same time we give this a couple of tugs itself, and this will able to just come right undone too. Just don't be afraid of it. Just go ahead and give it a good whack. Setting this aside now. So this is the part that we need to work on. We need to remove this piece right here. Inside, if you flip it over, you see the screws right there. So we'll go ahead and take those off. There's actually 2 little ones there that I took off. Now we've freed the part that we really need to get to, which is this part right over here. We've just took those 3 screws off and just disconnected this, and we just have this. So now we have a free part to work with. So there's a number of ways you could do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take the vinyl off, which I started to do already a little bit, and then I'm going to keep the padding on. There's a slight bit of padding there, which is going to be good. The vinyl, it's going to fit just like this over, and then when we flip it over, just like it's been done before here at the factory, we're going to cut it to shape, and we're going to fold it over into it. We're going to cut this part out, and so I'm going to do this in 2 steps. So first step is to take this off completely, which I have right now. It just comes right off, and then scissor the extra padding, which is here, just so I just have a nice firm area to do all the work in, because I don't want it to bulk up here and just have it have some trouble fitting. So that's what I'll begin doing, until we get to the next step. So went ahead and cleaned up everything that I needed to do right here. So I have a nice area to work with. Next time I'm going to do this actually a couple ways as well, and feel free to kind of do it as you how you please. But It's going to be a little bit tricky for you to line up everything as far as the seam right there and the corner. So what I used was some clamps, which I used like so right there, like you could see, and so by doing so, I was able to kind of find the corner and keep it straight going across. And so now I have this to work with. So once I see everything's kind of lined up, what I'll do is this. What I'll do is I will use contact cement. I'll give this a go, and just go ahead and brush on where it needs to go, place to dry, and then reclamp. So move those clamps down below, clamp the bottom, and use the wall over here. So I'll contact the wall as well, and then I'll reclamp that and let it sit. Before I do any folding or cornering of such, I will just let the walls and the flat areas go ahead and dry. I'll give that a go. Alright, so we actually finished up with the gluing right there. I'm just letting things dry at the moment. I wanted to show you a couple of things that I ran into. I'm in the process of just putting this in together. It's actually going to help kind of clamp everything down. This glue is like virtually almost dry. It only takes about 15 minutes, I said, to dry, but it gets really tacky pretty quickly, so you could kind of move stuff around. A couple things I learned while I was doing this was that don't leave your clamps in there for too long, just because it'll kind of put this area to it, so just move them around. The other side, it's fine. I just went gloppy. I just put a heavy coat on this one. Just two little corners, which were a little bit of a little tricky, was this corner right there, which I'm not really going to be pressing too hard on it because it's going to be kind of covered up in the back of the door. But just that corner right there, it was just I really had to press on that side a little bit, put a bunch there, and the other one was, I just showed you, was on this side right there, that corner right there. Now that corner right there, I just gotta fix that a little bit up. This will be underneath the pattern. There'll be a door frame. Something will be over this one too, so I'm not really too concerned about this part. But overall, I'm really pumped about it. It looks great. As you can see, it looks really good and smooth. So anyway, so next step is just letting it dry. I'm going to put the control paddle and screw that in right now, and then just let it fully dry, and then I'll put it all back together. All set to put this guy back together. Now you can tell it. Look, I mean, that's a very good match as far as color. This was a beige, and the car is like a forest hunter green. So just in the process of just putting this back together, and there's going to be some steps here that this will happen, and this will clamp in, and then the handle is going to come in, and then on the back we're going to bolt them all in. So we'll take you through all that process together. The screws are going back in, not fully tight, just placing them, make sure everything. I've found all the screws for it, nothing's hiding. So making sure everything's put together, not tightening everything up, just wait until the last second adjustment. I really want to get everything adjusted so there's no seams, and everything worked out pretty good. So this is we're getting close to it, and I'm pretty excited to see what the final product looks like. One thing you got to make sure all these clips go in perfectly well. Right there, here, and here. Make sure they're clipping in, because if they don't, you're gonna have a seam on the other side, which I did. I just caught it. This was off, and then this was way off, and I was able to adjust it. So I've got rid of that seam right there. So make sure all those are looking pretty good. A good trick to do is go ahead and put these screws in, tighten them, and then take them out again, and then retighten them again, just to make sure that everything is lined up perfectly, and you don't have any seams. So it's just something I picked up by trial and error. Okay. It took about $20 to $22 of supplies. It was about $14 for 2 vinyl parts that came in that I purchased through eBay. 2 vinyl pieces, and about $4 or $5 for the contact cement. So overall, the project looked really good. Very pleased with it. For the amount of time it took about 3 hours to finish. So if you're doing this and you're going to follow, one thing I suggest you do that I left off is to put a layer of fabric or felt in between, just so you don't have a little bit of a bumpy spot right there. But overall, I mean, it's a dramatic improvement because just ripped vinyl, it just doesn't look good on a car, and just a dramatic improvement. No one can tell other than you, but everything was good. The seams look great. This part lined up really well with it, and going all the way here. So when we saw the whole process together. So hey, thanks for watching, and I hope to bring you more projects that I do, and hopefully we could benefit from each other.